Now, in other countries that we've been to, the more, I would say, the impoverished areas look way different from America.
Right.
This place looked like a ghetto or the inner city.
Like projects.
And stuff. Like, it was very surprising to see. Right. Shalom YouTube family, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the family.
In today's video, we'll be giving you guys our first impressions of Johannesburg, South Africa.
Also on this channel, we'll be traveling throughout the continent to show you the real Africa.
If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is our arrival to the airport. So when we arrived, we noticed that this airport was a lot bigger. It was definitely more Western. It could have been like an airport anywhere, like in Houston or wherever in America, like definitely. After we got our bags and we made our way to go get our SIM cards, which is what we do whenever we go so we can have internet and everything, what I noticed was that was inside the building. Like this airport was like significantly bigger to where they had the actual like phone, like stores inside the airport. So then we started looking for a taxi. So this one guy kind of approached us when we were at the cell phone thing, and he was telling us, oh, I can take you here. It was an Uber driver. So he pulls up Uber on his phone, and it basically says that it's gonna be 1,100, I believe, 1,100 Rand, which is about 65 USD. So
crazy.
Right, so he's just like, okay, whatever. And like, that's before knowing how much it was in USD. So while we're walking, just because the dude had like a big car and everything, because we had a lot of stuff. So we're walking to the car, and the whole time I'm on my phone, because I have Uber on my phone. So I'm looking up on my phone, and I put it in there, and it was like half of what he was trying to charge. Like literally half, or maybe even a little less. So needless to say, we paid what was on my phone.
and he wasn't really tripping. Like we showed him, was like, dude, we're not paying that amount that you just said on your phone. I don't know what that is, but this is way cheaper. Right. He's like, okay, no problem, I'll pay that. So he wasn't tripping about it, anything like that. So
we got in the Uber, we were making our way to our Airbnb. So on the way there, I was thinking like, okay, we didn't get any cash at the airport. Like, I think it just slipped our mind. We didn't even,
we were tired.
Yeah, we were tired, we didn't even think about it. So we're making our way there, and I'm like, how are we supposed to pay for this? Because I usually do some type of app, like M-Pesa, whatever. Could not download the app that they use. They use this MTN app that's called like Momo. I could not get that on my phone. So the whole time I'm like, how are we supposed to pay this guy? So we pull up, this guy has an EFT machine, which is a credit card machine, in the car.
He ready.
He was ready. So needless to say, that was pretty convenient.
So driving to the airport, we immediately noticed how much this place looked like America. Now we came from Houston, Texas. And when I say it looks so much like that, like Houston, it's ridiculous. Just the highways, the way the roads were, the architecture, just how they build their buildings is very, very similar. Also, riding through the city, we seen like the inner city area where it looked a lot like the hoods, I'm not gonna lie, in America. Now, in other countries that we've been to, the more, I would say, the impoverished areas look way different from America.
Right.
This place looked like a ghetto or the inner city.
Like projects
and stuff. Like, it was very surprising to see.
Right. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is the Airbnb. So when we arrived to the Airbnb, getting out the car, it was definitely cool. We noticed it was significantly cooler. And we just noticed how nice the place was.
Yes.
So our Airbnb was actually inside of the Santon Hotel, which is a hotel on one side and then it has apartments on the other side. Yeah. So it was definitely a luxurious type situation. Yeah. We took the elevator up to the apartment that we were in, and it was very, very nice. So for you guys that don't know, there is load shedding here in South Africa where the electricity cuts off from time to time. In this apartment, they had a generator, so everything stayed on, except for the high energy appliances like the washing machine and stuff like that. So that was really, really nice.
So once we actually got into the Airbnb and seen it, I mean, we obviously seen the pictures, but the pictures really didn't do this place justice. Just the finishes and how everything was decorated, it was really, really nice. Now, walking in and seeing outside of the window, we noticed how beautiful the view was. We didn't really see this in the Airbnb. I don't think they had a clip of it, but it was a pleasant surprise to see that.
Yeah, the inside of this place was really nice. What really stood out to me was the bathroom. It was really nice. It had a separate shower and tub, because a lot of places we've been to, it either just has a tub or it just has the shower, mostly just the shower. In a lot of countries, it's a wet bath as well. So this was a dry bathroom with a separate tub and stuff, which the tub was really nice. I enjoyed that. Also, this place had a lot of luxury things. It almost like gave me like shopping center vibes, because when we were in there, like I said before, it's like an apartment on one side and hotel on the other side, but in this like middle section where you can go up the elevators and the escalator, there were some shops. There was like a post office situation. There was like a store that sold like electronics. And then like downstairs, there were restaurants. There was a little grocery store, a liquor store. There was a place that did laundry, which we ended up getting our laundry done there repeatedly, because with the power outages and everything, we couldn't always wash our clothes in the washing machine that was in the unit. And then the standard stuff that they'll have at a hotel. There was like a kids play area, swimming pool, gym, things like that, yeah.
They also had a doctor inside of the hotel, dentist, a spa. I mean, literally everything that you could want and need was in that place, and you did not have to leave the hotel whatsoever.
Unfortunately, what kind of put a little damper on our stay at this place, because this place was really, really nice, we ended up getting sick. Well, I ended up getting sick. I had like a sore throat for like a day. And then I woke up with like body aches, and I was feeling quite terrible. And then I think I felt bad for about 2 days. And then like on the third day, I started feeling a little bit better. But then this one started feeling bad.
Oh my goodness. So, this is probably one of the worst sicknesses I've ever had.
Right.
I think my fever got up to like 104. So needless to say, we didn't do a whole bunch, but the good thing was we had everything that we needed right around us. So we was just able to just do things and not have to go out. Now the next thing we're going to get into is cost of living. Now what was a pleasant surprise to us is actually how much the items and stuff cost at the grocery store. Now we assume, since South Africa is more modern than most other countries in Africa, that it would be way more expensive to get these goods that we need for the household. But it wasn't. The fruits, the vegetables, the meat, everything was a good price. Actually, we've been to other countries like Rwanda that was actually more expensive than this place. So that was a really good surprise. As for rides, we didn't take a lot of rides when we first got here, like I said, because we were sick. But when we did ride, we seen that it wasn't very expensive to take the Ubers. We went to a couple places and we spent maybe $4 or $5 to get to those places. So we think the prices for rides are actually pretty good compared to other African countries. And then the Airbnb that we stayed in was a really, really good deal. Like, for example, that same place that we would have stayed in America, we stayed there for 2 weeks, would have been about, I would say, at least $2,000 to $3,000 to stay there for 2 weeks. But then we paid around $500 for a place like this. So that's actually incredible, and that's similar to the prices we paid and when we visited Kenya, Rwanda, and Tanzania. So I have to say that when it comes to the Airbnb price, it's actually really amazing.
The next thing we're gonna talk about is food. So as for international food, we order food like we always do. And we had some really, really good Indian food. This guy loves Indian food.
Let me tell you, this was some of the best biryani I've ever had, whether it be America or any other African country. It was delicious.
We also had Mediterranean food, so we've had it repeatedly. It was really good. It was like
3 or 4 times.
Like a shawarma, wrap situation. That thing was delicious.
Excellent.
Delicious.
So we have to say that this is some of the best international food we had on the continent of Africa.
From the stuff that we picked.
Yeah.
As for local food, since we were sick, we didn't get a chance to like go out and do that a bunch, but we did end up going to one place and it was really, really good. I'm not 1,000% on what the name was, so if I recall, I'll put it in the description, but it was really good. I got oxtails and that was so good.
Bomb.
And we got stuffed chicken for the baby and she tore that up, it was good.
And I had lamb chops. Now everybody don't know how to cook lamb chops, but man, y'all know what y'all doing, for real. Now as far as getting like food to cook, we went to the grocery stores and they had a lot of different options when it came to meats, vegetables, fruits. They had a lot, like kind of like America also, but the stores aren't as big. But they had everything that we could want and need for cooking. And they had a lot of health food stuff in there too. So we was able to get some of the things that we weren't able to find in other countries. So that was a bonus.
Yeah, it was kind of, if I had to compare it to one, I would say it was probably more similar to Kenya because in Kenya they had
a lot
everything.
of stuff also.
Right, yeah.
Now let's get into luxuries. As a lot of people know, Johannesburg have a lot of different luxury goods and items and just homes all around. And we seen that once we got here. The first thing we noticed was the cars. Now they had a lot of European cars like Mercedes and they had Range Rover, they had Audi, like just like you would be in America going around and you see these cars, it's the same thing here. And then one time we actually ordered a Uber Black. Now we haven't seen Uber Black anywhere on this continent other than here. And that's basically where you can just, for those that don't know, can get more of a luxurious vehicle. Now we ordered it and the guy came in like a nice Mercedes, Prestige. It was just nice that you even have that option.
And also we're not that bougie, but it just came up, it said Uber Black and it was like 2 minutes away. I think all of the vehicles were really close. So I decided to pick that because we've never taken Uber Black before.
You're just curious.
We had cars in America, we didn't take Uber.
Yeah.
So just because we had the chance to do it, and it was cheap. It was very cheap. It was like $2 or something more than a regular Uber. Lastly, we went to the Four Ways Mall, which was a very, very Western mall. When we first got there, actually where we came in through like a food court. And when we were walking around, we were like, oh, this place is tiny. And then we were like going to the different levels and we got like to the 3rd floor and started walking. And then there's like a whole nother thing where it opens up into this like huge mall. So it was enormous. We thought it was tiny, but then we went down one hallway and it was ridiculous.
We low key got lost. That's how big this mall was.
Right.
Like, it was huge. I think it was one of the biggest malls in South Africa. But just the stores that they had so many different American brands that we seen, or stores that we seen in America in general, just everywhere. They had luxurious stuff, home decor. I mean, everything that you can think of at this mall, they had. It was very impressive.
They had stuff that I've never even seen before. Like they had H&M, and I've seen H&M, but they had H&M Home. I didn't know H&M made home stuff. Lastly,
they had a lot of entertainment that you can do, which was a bonus also. I think we seen virtual reality, we seen like mini golf. They had like a bounce town type deal there, arcade games, just everything. And the food that we had there was also very, very delicious.
And there were a lot of options. There were restaurants and then it was regular like food court stuff, but there were a lot of options for food. So in conclusion, we would say that we really like it so far. Obviously, because we spent a significant time being sick, we didn't actually see as much as we want to, but from the things that we have seen so far, we do like it here. It's pretty nice. You can find the things that you want and that you need. And it seems like there's a lot to do and a lot for us to explore in the rest of the time that we're here.
Yeah, and if you guys know any places that you would like to recommend for us to go check out and see and to show you, please just drop a comment down and just let us know what we can do.
Baby friendly.
Right. And also, we just want to say thank you so much for watching this all the way through, and we love you. And as always, shalom.
Shalom.